Come on in close for a few minutes. This one is not starting like a normal song. This is a story. A parable, really. One of those stories that starts with a little town, an old bell, a lantern, and a storm on the horizon. But if you listen carefully, you may find it is really talking about us. Because sometimes the hardest truth to hear is not the truth shouted at us. Sometimes the truth has to walk up slowly, sit down beside us, and tell us a story. This story is called The Lantern Keeper and the Storm. Because of its length, I had to break it into parts, so let each part carry you into the next one. Do not rush it, do not look for the song too early. The songs will come at the end. For now, just listen. Listen for the bell, listen for the warning, listen for the mercy, listen for the question hiding underneath the whole story. If the storm comes before we expected it, will our lamps still be burning? Let's begin. The Lantern Keeper and the Storm. There was once a little town pressed close against the wide, restless river. Its people were not rich in gold, but they were rich in hard work and simple gifts. Some cast nets into the sparkling water each dawn, others coaxed green rose from the earth. Still others shaped wood into tables and roofs, while shepherds guided their flocks across the quiet hills beyond the rooftops. Every family had its task, and every heart carried something the king had placed there for the good of all. At the very center of the town rose an old meeting house crowned with a wooden bell tower. The bell inside was not lovely, lightning had cracked it long ago, and when it rang, its voice was rough and iron strong, like a hammer striking an anvil in the middle of a gale. Yet everyone in the town knew that sound and loved it, for it had always called them together when trouble came. When the river rose in anger, the bell rang. When flames leaped from house to house, the bell rang. When shadows moved down from the hills, the bell rang. Right beside the meeting house lived Eli, the lantern keeper. He had not always carried light. In his younger days he had run from many things, responsibility, pain, and the steady gaze of the king. But one day mercy caught him. The king lifted him up, washed him clean, clothed him in new garments, and pressed a bright lantern into his hands. From that moment, Eli loved the king with all his heart. He loved telling people about the king's kindness. He loved reminding the broken that they were remembered, and the fearful that they must not hide the gift the king had given them. Even if you must obey while you tremble, he would say with a smile, do it anyway. The king can take what is small and make it multiply until mountains move. Many lives bloomed because of his words. A young woman who thought she had no purpose began caring for widows with joy. An old man whose voice had grown silent picked up his harp again and filled the air with song. A shy boy stood in the meeting house and read the king's letters aloud, until courage rang in his words like the old bell itself. Whenever Eli saw such things, he would laugh softly and say, "See, the king has hidden nothing from any of you. He only waits for us to stop hiding it ourselves." Yet Eli taught something even deeper. Long ago the king had given the town a covenant carved into stone and placed inside the meeting house. Those words showed the people how to love the king fully, how to treat their neighbors with honor, how to judge fairly, how to show mercy, and how to walk clean in a dark world. The town had broken that covenant many times. They had chased after other rulers, ignored the poor, twisted the king's commands into their own comfortable rules, and placed heavy loads on others while refusing to carry any themselves. Sorrow had answered their choices. Then, in the greatest mercy of all, the king sent his own son. The son did not come as a distant prince in robes of gold. He came walking the dusty roads as a servant. He healed the sick, corrected the proud, lifted the lowly, and opened the scriptures until hearts burned within those who listened. Some loved him fiercely, others hated him enough to kill him. On a hill outside the town, the son gave his life. His blood did what the blood of animals had never been able to do. He made a new covenant, not written only on stone, but carved into living hearts and minds. And he gave his people his own spirit. Eli treasured this truth above everything. He would stand before the gathered town and declare, the son paid a debt none of us could ever touch. His blood covers us completely. Even when we stumble, we are safe. The king will never count it against us. The tired people drank those words like cool water. The wounded and ashamed dared to lift their heads again. Yet an old scribe named Nathan listened with a troubled heart. Nathan did not dislike Eli, he loved him like a brother. He saw Eli's sincerity and his longing to free people from shame. But Nathan also knew the king's letters well, and he understood that the son had not died to make rebels comfortable. He had died to turn enemies into obedient, joyful children. The new covenant did not erase the king's ways, it wrote them deeper. Not merely on stone outside the people, but upon hearts now made alive. Nathan prayed many days, asking the king how to speak truth to a man who had already comforted the whole town. Then one crimson evening, a young shepherd came running into the square, eyes wide with fear. The eastern sky is boiling black, he cried. It is not ordinary weather. It is coming like wrath wearing clouds. The people climbed the ridge and stared. The horizon rolled toward them like smoke from a furnace, 7 times hotter than any they had known. Lightning flashed inside the clouds, but no thunder followed, only a terrible silence. That night Eli rang the cracked bell until its voice almost sounded whole. The townsfolk hurried into the meeting house carrying lanterns, blankets, bread, and jars of oil. Eli lifted his lantern high so that warm light spilled across every worried face. "Do not be afraid," he told them. "The king has not forgotten us." The old writing spoke of storms, but the son promised rescue before the hour of testing. The trumpet will sound, the great carriage will come down from the mountains, and every heart that belongs to him will be carried away before the worst arrives. A sigh of relief moved through the room like wind through wheat. A mother holding her baby whispered, "Then we need not repair the lower wall." Eli smiled gently. "Why mend what you will never need?" The farmer asked, "Then we need not teach our children how to endure." "Teach them to watch the sky," Eli answered warmly. A young guard wondered, "Should we still keep watch through the night?" "Watch for the carriage," Eli said, "not the storm." The people left comforted, their steps lighter, but Nathan could not sleep. He walked the dark streets alone and saw the rotting timbers of the lower gate, the thin cracks in the river wall, the half-empty storehouses, and the children who knew every song about rescue, but almost none about standing firm. He whispered to the night wind, "What if the carriage comes after the storm has already begun?" The next morning Nathan went to Eli's small house. Eli welcomed him with kindness and poured him a cup of cool water. For a long while they sat in silence at the wooden table. At last Nathan said, "Eli, may I tell you a small story?" Eli leaned back with a smile. "I always love your stories." Nathan began. "There was once a father who knew a hard winter was coming. He wrote letters to his children telling them to gather wood, mend their coats, fill every lamp, strengthen the weak, and teach one another to stand when the wind howled. One son read the letters and said, 'Our father loves us too much to let winter touch us. Before the first snow he will come and carry us to his warm hall.' So he sang songs of rescue but split no wood. He comforted his brothers, but taught them nothing of frost. He told his children, 'Do not fear the cold. We will not be here.' Another son read the same letters and said, "Our Father may come before the snow or during it, or after we have borne more than we thought we could bear. But because he warned us, we will obey. We will gather wood until our hands bleed. We will fill every lamp until they overflow. We will teach our children to pray when they are afraid. Whether he comes early or late, he will find us faithful. Tell me, brother, which son loved the father more?" Eli's face grew still. Nathan leaned closer and spoke softly. "The first son loved comfort, the second son loved obedience." Eli stared at the table. Nathan continued, his voice full of love. "Eli, I know your heart. You do not want them afraid. You want them looking up, not trembling. That is beautiful. But if we promise escape before the storm, and the storm still breaks upon their heads, some will not only doubt you, they may begin to doubt the king himself." Eli said nothing. Nathan went on, "The king did not warn us to make us afraid. He warned us so we would not fall away when the storm came." Eli breathed deeply. Nathan placed his hand on the table between them. "You have told them the trumpet will sound. That is true. You have told them the king rescues his own. That is true. You have told them the king is faithful. That is true." But the son also said, "Watch." He said, "Pray." He said, "Endure to the end." He warned that deception would be so powerful it could deceive even the chosen if possible. He told us these things ahead of time so we would not stumble. Eli's eyes filled with tears. Nathan said, "I am not asking you to stop preaching hope. I am asking you to anchor that hope in the king himself, not in any particular moment. Let their hope be unbreakable because he is unbreakable." Then Eli asked the question that had lived in his heart for years, "And the covenant?" Nathan's eyes shone with gentle fire. "You have rightly taught that the old was written on stone and the new is written on the heart." Eli nodded. "You have rightly taught that the son's blood is better than animal blood." Eli nodded again. "You have rightly taught that shame and guilt are removed by his sacrifice." "Yes," Eli said quietly. Nathan leaned forward. "Then let the truth finish its work. If the king writes his own laws inside us, then the new covenant does not cancel obedience, it creates it. The stone was not the enemy, the hard heart was." Eli looked up. Nathan continued, "Grace is not permission to wander. Grace is a dead man raised, washed clean, filled with the Spirit and told, 'Now walk with me as my beloved child.'" Eli covered his face with his hands and wept. "I only wanted them free," he said. Nathan answered, "Then teach them freedom the way the Son taught it. Freedom from sin, freedom from shame, freedom from fear, freedom from the traditions of men, freedom to love the King with all the heart, and to walk in his ways with joy." That same evening, the crack bell rang once more. The people came expecting another word of comfort. Instead, they received something deeper and stronger. Eli stood before them, lantern in hand, his voice steady yet open and humble. "My brothers and sisters," he said, "I have told you the king is coming. I tell you again, he is coming. I have told you the trumpet will sound. I tell you again, it will sound. I have told you the king knows how to rescue. I tell you again, he does. But hear me now with new ears. I do not want your faith resting on whether the carriage arrives before the storm, in the middle of it, or after you have stood longer than you thought you could bear. I want your faith resting on the king alone. If he takes us before the first drop falls, blessed be his name. If he keeps us through the blackest hour, blessed be his name. If he asks us to stand when the wind screams and the night never ends, blessed be his name." The room was silent. Eli lifted the lantern higher, therefore strengthen the walls, fill the lamps until they overflow. Teach your children the whole word, not just the escape verses. Teach them the promises, the warnings, the commandments, and the endurance. Forgive quickly, serve the weak, test every spirit, obey what the Son commanded. The Son did not bleed to make rebels comfortable. He bled to make us sons and daughters who love the Father's ways. A woman near the front began to weep with quiet relief. Eli looked straight at her and said gently, "This is not fear, this is readiness. The storm may come, the King will surely come. Let him find us faithful." From that day forward, the town was changed. They still sang of the coming king, but now they also sang while they worked. Children memorized the king's commands by firelight. Men repaired the lower gate until their shoulders ached. Women filled extra jars of oil and taught one another to pray when fear tried to creep close. The old taught the young how to endure without bitterness. The strong carried wood for the weak. When dreams came, they weighed them against the king's letters. When someone gave a word, they tested it. When someone sinned, they no longer hid behind grace as an excuse. They ran to the king, received mercy, and rose cleaner than before. Eli still preached the wonder of the blood, but now he said, "Grace does not lead us away from the king's commandments. Grace brings the king's commandments into the very center of our hearts." He still spoke of the trumpet, but now he added, "The trumpet is our hope, endurance is our assignment, until it sounds." He still taught the people to use their gifts, but now he reminded them, a gift must never outrun the word. The Spirit of the King will never lead his people away from the words of the King. Oh. And the storm came anyway. It came harder than any of them had imagined. The river became a roaring beast, trees snapped like dry twigs, the sky turned black for many days. Some voices cried out in the wind, "Where is the carriage?" Yet the people were not destroyed. They stood on walls they had mended. They lit lamps they had kept full. They sang songs they had taught their children. They remembered the king's letters. They strengthened one another when fear rose up, and when one person stumbled, another lifted him. On the darkest night, when the river licked the very top of the wall and the wind tried to steal their breath, the cracked bell began to ring, clearer and stronger than it ever had before. At first, the people thought the wind had moved it, but then they heard another sound. From the eastern hills came a trumpet. It was not imagined, it was not distant, it was pure, piercing, and final. The people stepped out into the gale with their lanterns still burning. Their clothes were soaked through, their hands were blistered from work. Their faces were streaked with rain and tears and sweat. But their eyes were wide awake and full of life. Eli stood among them, tears running down his cheeks. Nathan stood at his side. Eli whispered through the roar of the storm, he found them ready. Nathan answered, his voice thick with joy. He found them faithful. And the sky tore open like a scroll. And the king came. And that is the story. The lantern keeper in the storm. A quiet story about mercy, warning, readiness, and the kind of love that prepares the sheep before the night grows dark. It is a story about hope, but not careless hope. It is a story about grace, but not sleeping grace. It is a story about a king who is surely coming, and a people learning how to keep their lamps burning until he does. The trumpet will sound, the king will come, that hope is sure. But until that day, Yeshua did not teach his people to sleep. He said watch, he said pray, he said be ready, he said endure, he said let no man deceive you. He said teach them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And he told us beforehand not to make our hearts afraid, but so we would not be offended when the hour came. Grace is real, mercy is deep, the blood is enough, but the same grace that forgives us also teaches us to walk in the Father's ways. The two greatest commandments are not less than the law and the prophets. They are what the law and the prophets hang on. Love is the heart, the word shows the way, the Spirit helps us walk it. So may our lamps be burning, may our hearts stay humble, may our words be tested, may our children know the whole path. May we not be found sleeping, may we not be found careless, may we not be found trusting comfort more than truth. And when the cry is heard at midnight, behold, the bridegroom cometh. May we rise with oil in our lamps, faith in our hearts, and love that has endured to the end. May he find us watching, may he find us ready, may he find us faithful. Now let the songs carry the message home. Sometimes we say, just love God and love your neighbor. And that is true. But maybe the deeper question is, what did Yeshua mean when he said, all the law and the prophets hang on these two? The teacher opened up the scroll and read the words with care. He saw the mountain, saw the fire, saw how God had met them there. He spoke of love for God above and love for every man. But someone wondered quietly, what does love look like in hand? For love can sound like mercy while still walking past the poor. Love can speak of freedom while still opening sinful doors. So the question kept on rising like a lamp in evening glow. If the Father gave his holy word, should love not want to know? On these two hang everything, love for God and love for man. Not a knife that cuts the word away, but the heart of the Father's plan. If we love him, we will hear him. If we love them, we will show. His commandments teach what love looks like, and the Spirit helps us go. On these two hang everything, the root, the branch, the road. Love is not less than his word. Love carries the whole load. Israel heard the Father speak, so the nations all could see what is holy, what is just, what mercy ought to be. The word was not a foreign thing from some forgotten land. It showed the heart of God himself and the works of human hands. It taught us not to steal or lie, not to worship stone, not to crush the poor man down, or leave the weak alone. So when we say love one another, what does love now do? The Father's word gives shape to love and shows if love is true. On these two hang everything, love for God and love for man. Not a knife that cuts the word away, but the heart of the Father's plan. If we love Him, we will hear Him. If we love them, we will show. His commandments teach what love looks like, and the Spirit helps us go. On these two hang everything, the root, the branch, the road. Love is not less than His word. Love carries the whole load. The Spirit does not whisper. Now no wrong can come from you. He teaches us to test the fruit and turn back toward what's true. He wars against the fleshly road and trains the heart to bend. He does not free us into sin, but makes the rebel friend. The two commands are living fire, but fire still gives light. They do not make the path disappear. They teach us how to walk it right. Love fulfills the holy law, because love walks clean, not to earn the Father's mercy, but because we've been redeemed. So let no heart call freedom what the Father calls sin. Let no one call it spirit when the flesh still rules within. The law cannot raise dead men, only Yeshua makes us whole. But once His Spirit raises us, He writes truth upon the soul. On these two hang everything, love for God and love for man. Not a knife that cuts the word away, but the heart of the Father's plan. If we love Him, we will hear Him. If we love them, we will show. His commandments teach what love looks like, and the Spirit helps us go. On these two hang everything, the root, the branch, the road. Love is not less than His word. Love carries the whole load. If we love God, will we mock His name? If we love God, chase idols again. If we love our neighbor, steal his bread. If we love our brother, leave him misled. If we love the widow, pass her by. If we love the truth, bless a lie. If love is the root and the fruit on the tree, then the word shows the fruit love should be. The Spirit and the Scripture do not pull two different ways. The Son and the Father do not speak two different days. Yeshua did not lower love to whatever we feel. He lifted love back up to God and showed us love made real. So teach the sheep the two commands and show them what they mean. Love the Lord with all the heart and keep the heart made clean. Love your neighbor as yourself in truth and deed and light. Let mercy walk with holiness. Let faith bring works to sight. The stone was not the enemy, the hard heart was the wall. The new covenant does not erase, it brings love into all. The Father's ways are not a burden when the heart has been made new. For the Spirit leads the children to walk in what is true. On these two hang everything, love for God and love for man. And not a knife that cuts the word away, but the heart of the Father's plan. If we love Him, we will hear Him. If we love Him, we will show. His commandments teach what love looks like, and the Spirit helps us go. On these two hang everything, the root, the branch, the road. Love is not less than His word. Love carries the whole load. The two greatest commandments are not less than the law and prophets. They are what the law and prophets hang on. Love is the heart. The word shows the way. The Spirit helps us walk it. Brother, I have been thinking, if we preach forgiveness, but never teach what sin is, how will the sheep know what to turn from? And if we say we love Yeshua, but do not teach what he commanded, what kind of love are we teaching? A man walked in with tear-stained eyes, said, I know I'm saved by grace, but every road looks open now, and every voice wears a friendly face. Can someone show me where to walk? Can someone tell me what is true? If darkness starts to call my name, what am I supposed to do? The preacher said the blood is strong, do not carry shame. The man said, bless the mercy and bless the King's great name. But if my feet start wandering and sin looks white as snow, if nobody teaches the Father's ways, then how would I know? How would we know what sin is if the law was never read? How would we know the narrow road if his commands were never said? Grace can wash the sinner clean, but truth must teach him where to go. If we do not teach the Father's ways, then how would the children know? How would we know? How would we know? Yeshua said, if you love me, keep the words I showed. The law was not the enemy, the stone was not the curse. The hard heart was the broken thing that made rebellion worse. The commandment showed the sickness like a lantern in the night. It named the wound, exposed the lie, and showed us wrong from right. The blood did what the law could not. It cleansed the guilty soul. The Spirit came inside the heart to make the broken whole. But if the Spirit writes the law where living waters flow, then who are we to call it gone when God placed it there to know? How would we know what sin is if the law was never read? How would we know the narrow road if his commands were never said? Grace can wash the sinner clean, but truth must teach him where to go. If we do not teach the Father's ways, then how would the children know? How would we know? How would we know? Yeshua said, if you love me, keep the words I showed. Yeshua did not come to build a road of lawless grace. He came to seek and save the lost and bring us face to face with mercy deeper than the sea and holiness like flame. He did not die to leave us bound to sins he came to break. He said, go teach the nations all that I commanded you, not just the parts that comfort us, but every word is true. The wise man hears and does the word and builds upon the stone. The foolish hears and walks away, then falls when storms are blown. So preach the blood, yes, preach the cross, preach the empty grave, but do not hide the shepherd's voice that teaches how to stay. Preach forgiveness full and free, but teach repentance sentenced to. For grace that never changes us is not the grace he knew. How would we know what sin is if the law was never read? How would we know the narrow road if his commands were never said? Grace can wash the sinner clean, but truth must teach him where to go. If we do not teach the Father's ways, then how would the children know? How would we know? How would we know? Yeshua said, if you love me, keep the words I showed. The blood saves, the Spirit leads, the Word teaches. The children must know the path, not to earn the Father's love, but because they have received it.